Right now you can trade in both directions. $8.49 would be the long.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, I'm long at 8.49. Is that right? Yeah. Long at 12.849. Stops at 8.42. $8.42. 2 points below the entry bar entry there. You can trade in either direction now. Okay, stop to break even. We're not going to fool around with this. And we're going to try for 11 points on the second contract. This is really still a little bit of a counter trend trade. Definitely the bigger trend is down. So, okay, I'm out. I managed that one pretty aggressively.
And details will be fleshed out in coming weeks. Stocks are dropping after Draghi's comments as he failed to reassure investors on immediate efforts to bolster the economy. Kit Jukes at SocGen was a guest this morning on Bloomberg Surveillance.
He's really talking about, we will do these things in the future, and he's delivered a big nothing.
And we check the markets every 15 minutes throughout the trading day on Bloomberg Radio. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 0.6% or 75 points at 12,895. S&P 500 down 0.5% or 7 points at 1368. It's off the session low. The Nasdaq is down a point to 2918. In Europe, the DAX in Germany down 1 1/3%. CAC in Paris down 1.5%. FT 100 down 0.6%. 10-year Treasury up 10/30 seconds. The yield 1.48%. The yield on the 2-year 0.21%. NYMEX crude oil down 1.5% or $1.34 to 87.57 a barrel. And COMEX gold is down 0.5% or $7.40 to 15.99.90 an ounce. The euro $1.2213, the yen 78.19, and Spain's 10-year bonds extended their decline. The yield rose above 7%. Knight Capital down about 43% after shares fell 33% yesterday.
Okay, I'm short the S&P.
Yesterday's trading breakdown are $440 million, almost quadruple its 2011 net income and more than some analysts had estimated. It said it's exploring strategic and financial alternatives. In sports, the New York Mets are in San Francisco for an afternoon game against the Giants. And coming up at noon on In the Loop at the Half, Betty Lou calls back John Riding at RDQ Economics to discuss the European Central Bank. And that's the news you need now more than ever. I'm Karen Moscow. It's time for Bloomberg on the Economy with Carol Massar and Michael McKee. And a very good morning, everybody. I'm Carol Massar in New York. Mike McKee on assignment, but hopefully he'll be dialing in because as he left this morning, he said, what a morning to kind of be leaving because so much going on. We've seen the market reaction to the ECB move, and not really the rate move or lack thereof this morning, but more so the comments that we got from the ECB head, Mario Draghi. Karen was breaking them down this morning. The big one is that the ECB can undertake outright open market interventions in the bond market. He talked about the high yields are being unacceptable. The euro is irreversible. But, you know, Super Mario, maybe not, because I think a lot of folks thought that we didn't get any kind of action. That's what's missing, just a lot more speak, if you will, from various officials out of Europe. And there's some disappointment, if you will, especially after last week when Mario Draghi did come out and basically say, we're going to defend the euro, we're going to do whatever it needs to be done to help out the region. So the expectations going into that meeting. Another big story this morning is night trading. We've been following that. Trading disruptions yesterday We're going to move to market makers in TV, where they are getting ready to talk to the CEO and chairman, Tom Joyce. Stephanie Rule and Eric Schatzker are anchoring that program, and as you know, it was a big story, Night's Nightmare, as they're calling it on TV. But this, again, we saw some trading disruptions in many, many stocks, and the company did come out this morning talking about a loss of about $440 million. Let's head to market makers on Bloomberg TV.
Eric, how are you?
Doing well, Tom. Probably a little better than you this morning. I need to ask you a question that relates to a press release you put out this morning. Your firm said that it cost $440 million to exit the erroneous trades. You've got a big hole in your balance sheet. Your stock is under tremendous pressure. You're trading at less than $4 a share. People want to know, Tom, and so I have to ask you, what's the chance Knight Capital doesn't make it? Is it at all possible your firm doesn't survive?
Look, we know in days like yesterday and today we have a lot of work to do. We got to make sure that we work with our counterparties.
That was a trigger short
to get the answers
on
they
the
want,
S&P.
and we're pursuing that as we speak, and we're also...
We've gotten 2 targets, 1 point and 1.5 points. And we still have 1 contract left. It's at break even. Nice S&P trade. Right here. Here's the trigger. This was the low of that bar, and that's where we got in. It had broke it, and we got it at the low of the trigger bar. Went to 61.25, and we actually got filled at 61.25. That was a nice fill. My plan on this trade is to, if I don't get stopped out at break even, my plan is just to leave this on. A little bit of a swing trade, hoping for the market to really break lower. But I think I'm going to get stopped out here at break even.
Order filled.
And I'm out.